Good morning, Bears. What a perfect day to welcome you all to the 2025 opening Convocation event, Elevating Excellence Built on a Foundation of Trust. We are glad to have you with us today as we kick off another great school year. Before we get started, we ask that you please turn off or silence your cell phone or other noisemakers that could disrupt today's event. And now, enjoy a performance by our White Bear Lake Area High School Band as we begin today's program. Now we ask that you stand and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem, performed by a talented sleuth of our very own White Bear Lake Area High School Bears, members of our Mariners Choir, accompanied by a student string quartet. Welcome, students. My mistake, we have one more song coming our way. Two more songs coming our way. Best part of the morning, let's hear it, band. Thank you, band students. Now we ask that you stand for the national anthem performed by a very talented sleuth of our very own White Bear Lake Area High School Bears, members of our Mariners Choir, accompanied by a student string quartet. Welcome, students. Thank you for sharing your talents with us this morning, students. It's always a great way to begin a new school year. Now we welcome to the podium the White Bear Lake Area Educators 2025 Teacher of the Year, Carla Triggs. Carla is a language arts teacher at Mariner Middle School. Go Bears and go Carla.
Good morning, everyone. It was one of those moments a person doesn't forget. A ginormous deer came out of nowhere and slammed into the side of my car. As my life flashed before my eyes, I fought the urge to slam on the brakes. I didn't want to get hit from behind, and I didn't want to swerve into oncoming traffic. And then, just like that, it was over. I pulled over, hands shaking. The right side of my car was completely dented in, and my windshield was shattered. My rearview mirror was gone. One of the things that I thought was, wow, that deer really left an impact. The other thing I remember was how frustrated I felt. The deer wasn't the first unexpected thing to hit me this summer. Truthfully, I hadn't felt well for much of the summer. I still coordinated summer school. I saw friends, spent time with family, and got a few things done. But in the quiet moments, I focused on resting, healing, and trying not to obsess over this looming speech. My husband was away for part of the summer working as the builder of a church camp we both grew up attending, and ironically, that is where I was headed when that deer tried to take me out. Truthfully, somewhere in the middle of it all, when I wasn't feeling well, before the deer, I was lying in bed when that word, impact, came to mind. But when I tried to write the speech, I froze. How do I capture something that represents not just my work, but the people and emotions behind 27 years of teaching? And then, one quiet morning, I found myself thinking about that darn deer again, about the way it came out of nowhere and left such a visible mark on my car. And that image stayed with me. And it hit me again. And I thought, there it is, truly the theme for this brief talk. Impact leaves a mark. Whether good or bad, whether large or small, things throughout our lives leave something with us. Sometimes it's loud and dramatic. Other times it's quiet, steady, and invisible to the outside world, but still deeply felt. That word impact kept rising to the surface because it's not just a word, it's so true and it's so powerful. And when I started reflecting on who has made an impact on me, I realized how far and wide that list truly goes. It starts with my parents, both lifelong educators in their own ways. My mother was my first teacher before I started school. As a stay-at-home mom, she instilled in us hard work, a love of learning, and the importance of pursuing our passions. She taught us piano and used her love of music to serve the community, offering lessons to many students, and still teaches over 50 students today. Despite raising a family, she always found ways to uplift others through church events, talent showcases, and fundraisers for people in need. She showed me the power of using our gifts to serve others. My father, an outstanding math teacher, has spent his life helping students understand numbers and build confidence. His patience, enthusiasm, humor, and commitment have inspired countless students, educators, and me. Even at age 82, he's still teaching, learning, and inspiring. My students and I call him occasionally with math questions when our lesson may tie into something math. He always greets them with a joke, answers our questions, and then says, "Carla, I need to get back to teaching." My parents wanted to be here today, but it's my father's 61st first day of school in Burlington, Iowa. Speaking of family, yes, I agree. Speaking of family, I have some family members here today, my mother-in-law and sister-in-law, and my husband and 2 grown children. My daughter, who has loved dance since she could walk, shares her passion by teaching hundreds of students dance while also serving as the family ministry director at her church. My son is a junior at the University of Northwestern. He is preparing for an elementary education degree and to be an elementary teacher, and so is his girlfriend here today. And Chad and I are incredibly proud of their dedication and excitement for teaching others. And now I'd like to talk about the impact of all of you. Over the years, I've had the privilege of working in many different schools in White Bear, starting with Bel Air Elementary until it closed. I've worn a variety of hats: classroom teacher, intervention, instructional coach, and I'm back to the classroom and intervention, and I've had the joy of teaching thousands of students. I don't share that to impress, but those buildings and students, those numbers represent people. Students I've taught, colleagues I've worked beside, moments I've been blessed enough to share across this district. When I think about impact in our schools, one group we may take for granted, but they are absolutely essential, our custodian and building and ground staff. They are truly the backbone of every building, working tirelessly behind the scenes to keep our schools running smoothly, especially through all the construction moves and changes we have faced in recent years. Recently, I ran into Greg Pitlick, a now retired Onika custodian, at Market Fest, and I shared this memory from 17 years ago. He walked into my classroom one morning at Onika and said, "Carla, I've got the perfect book for you, Twilight." This was before Twilight became a global phenomenon. I was in the thick of raising my children and hadn't picked up a book for myself in a very long time. But I trusted his recommendation, and I read it that weekend. It reminded me how making time to read in all stages of life is so good for us. And I don't just say that because I'm a language arts teacher. In that moment, Greg had no idea that his book recommendation inspired me to read again. That's the thing about impact. It's often quiet and unseen, just like another custodian, Brian Franson, who checked in on me during a difficult time when I worked at Matoska as an instructional coach. He showed care, and that meant the world. Right now, I'm especially grateful for the amazing custodians at Mariner Middle School. They take pride in their work, notice the little things, and ask how I'm doing, not just as a teacher, but as a person. They go above and beyond every day, and their work holds our school community together. And that matters. To feel seen and cared for, that's a powerful kind of impact. I could name hundreds of you by name and what you've done to have a positive impact on me and others. But I only have a little bit of time, so now I'll do a little bit of my talk in rhyme. Bus drivers going the extra mile, knowing each name, each worry, each smile, checking in with me every morning during summer school. The students high-five them and think they're so cool. Paras moving from class to class, asking how can I help, never letting a need pass. They partner with teachers and show so much care. They do this with grace and natural flair. Kitchen staff serving each student meals through the day with kindness and care in the warmest way. They keep great humor and laugh a bunch, remembering allergies and favorites as they serve up lunch. Office staff, steady yet juggling so much. They run our schools with a calm, caring touch. They juggle it all yet still find the grace to greet every person with a warm, smiling face. The tech team, our lifeline when things go astray. With brilliance and patience, they save the day. And Peggy Netto, please never retire, we pray. For Ask Peggy is something I hear day after day. She has solved more problems than I can say. Administrators do a lot, answering calls, giving all they've got. They problem solve daily, calm in the storm, keeping our schools running safe and warm. Superintendents lead with vision clear, guiding the district year by year. Behind the scenes, the district center staff stand tall. Together they support and serve us all. Extended day staff, heroes unsung. From morning till evening, your care is among the greatest gifts to families in highs and lows. At summer school, I watch you all shine like pros. Speaking of pros, it's time to disclose. For the end of my speech, I'm shifting gears from poetry to prose. Teachers, my teammates, my mentors, the colleagues I've taught with, I've observed, coached, and collaborated with, the people I have done so much life with, like my Onika and Hugo family. I will never forget those years where I spent the majority of my career, and then some of you helped, along with some current colleagues at my daughter's wedding. Talk about impact that made on my family. This district is full of people who go the extra mile, not for the thanks or the accolades, but it's just who they are. You are all creative, passionate, and relentlessly committed to our students, but you also care about your colleagues. As I stated before, I've had the privilege of having different roles in the different buildings. I have watched the impact you have had on students, and it helped me grow in so many ways as an educator, and I am better because of you. Currently, I am grateful to be part of Mariner Middle School. You all inspire me every day. You work magic with middle schoolers, and I'm in awe of how quickly you learn hundreds of names, their interests, and what makes them unique. When I first started working at the middle school, some teachers noticed that I wouldn't want to give up on any one student, sometimes to the point of extreme anxiety on my part. Even as I near age 50, I'm still learning balance, but I still care deeply, and I work alongside people who care just as much. The connections you make are vital, and I see that impact every single day. I also think of our counselors and psychologists caring so much behind the scenes. They've been my teammates through tough situations with students and families. One counselor in particular saw me often this past year and worked through those moments a lot, and it reminded me, of course, that this job is never done alone. It takes all of us supporting each other through even the hardest days. Thank you, Mariner staff, for going above and beyond every single day. These stories aren't isolated. I could go on and on with every person's role in this district. The truth is, most of us will never know the full extent of the difference we've made. We don't always get the thank you notes. We don't always get to see the fruit of the seeds we've planted. But I am here to tell you, you are impactful. You leave an impact, not just in a single moment, but in the collective force of your kindness, your dedication, your belief in what's possible for every single student and staff member. So today I want to say thank you. That deer may have left a very ginormous dent in my car, but you all have left a mark on my heart. And that's what each of you do for students and staff each and every day. You leave an impact on people's lives. I thank you all for your example to me. Go Bears.
Thank you, Carla, for your years of serving students and for the reminder of the importance of helping to create an amazing future for each and every one of our students. Now, next, we welcome to the podium our superintendent, Dr. Wayne Kazmierczak.
All right, wow, Carla, nice job. Another round of applause for Carla. That was amazing. We should probably just end it there, right? I didn't hear anybody say no, keep going, but I'm going to do that anyway. Good morning, White Bear Lake Area Schools. Great energy fills this space. My favorite thing about Convocation is how difficult it is to get people to come in and sit down because we want to just hang out and talk, and I love that about this event. Thank you to our student groups for being here today. Again, I think they're probably gone, but another round of applause for them would be warranted. The students are always a highlight of this event. And then thank you, Carla, again for your inspiring message. Your impact is evident. And we are so proud that you are representing White Bear Lake Area Schools. So I am genuinely thrilled to see each and every one of you, the dedicated educators, the passionate support staff, the tireless administrators who make this district truly exceptional. And welcome back, Bears. To start, I want to acknowledge our board members, Jessica Ellison, Kathleen Daniels, Scott Arkand, Angela Thompson, Deb Beloyd, Chris Strife-Oji, and Dan Scar. Some of them are here this morning. Thank you for your leadership and for representing our community and for supporting our efforts to provide each student with what they need to succeed. So thank you, school board. All right, also, I'd like to acknowledge the new staff that we have here today. So let's just say if this is your first convocation, would you please stand up? We have a pretty incredible group of new folks coming in. At the new educator event last week, I believe the number was 73 new educators. That's an incredible number, so welcome. And then there's a lot of other positions too that are brand new. And some of you have started today. Jen Sexauer, for example, new Willow Lane principal. Where is she? She's been on the job about 2 hours now, so welcome. Yeah. New staff, I got to mention this. This is amazing. So it's on your program. Did you see this? Bearware, student-run Roar store will be open today until 1 and tomorrow from 11:30 to 12:30. New staff members will receive 50% off their entire purchase and a free lanyard. So make sure you take advantage of that. We love bearware here. So just wait till I'm done, though, before you head in. So as we kick off the new school year, our convocation theme is Elevating Excellence Built on a Foundation of Trust. This is more than just a phrase. It's our guiding compass for the year ahead. Now let's break this down. So elevating excellence. This is our call to action. We've gone through a historic period of transformation, and now it's our time to fully leverage those changes and up our game even more. Built on a foundation of trust. This reminds us of our journey and our promise. We know that our community's trust in us is high. It's been earned through the years largely because of student and parent experiences. And it's been built through our approach to strategic planning, which resulted in the passage of a record-breaking bond referendum. Maintaining and strengthening that trust through transparent, meaningful accountability is the key for our future. And let's continue to build on the momentum that we have. As we gather here today, I want us to take a moment to reflect on our remarkable journey. For years, the phrase building our future has resonated throughout our school district. It began with a bold strategic plan in 2017, a vision crafted with our community that led to the passage of a bond referendum that was at the time the largest in Minnesota state history. This was more than just a vote. It was an extraordinary act of trust from our community, a belief in our shared vision for our students. And now, as we embark on this new school year, we are on the cusp of completing that monumental facilities plan. At Mariner Middle School and Central Middle School, projects are wrapping up in the next week, so we are ready for the start of the school year. At least that's the hope anyway, right? And by about spring break, with the completion of projects at Sunrise Park, the final chapter of this historic transformation will close. We've created inspiring environments that are designed to unlock the full potential of every student. This physical transformation is a testament to the collective effort, perseverance, and unwavering commitment of everyone, and to the incredible support from our community. Speaking of our community, I'm excited to share some truly validating news from our recent parent and community survey. I shared some of this data during the last school year, but I wanted to highlight several items that emphasize how our community feels about us. The results were overwhelmingly positive and affirm the incredible work that you do. An impressive 86% of residents rated our district favorably for overall quality, surpassing the typical norm of 80%. And our parents responded even more positively at 91%. This reflects a profound sense of confidence in all of you and in the direction of the school district. Our community sees and values what we're building, and it's because of all of you. With the physical blueprint now realized, we are moving into an exciting new phase where we truly will up our game, where we continue to innovate, adapt, and refine our practices to ensure every student thrives. This next chapter isn't just about the spaces we occupy, it's about how we leverage them. We've laid the foundation, now it's time to elevate the learning experience within those walls to world-class levels. The survey results powerfully reinforce this direction. Residents indicated a 4-to-1 ratio favoring improved quality of education compared to 3 years ago, which is double the norm. So our community is noticing what we're doing. For parents, that number jumped to an outstanding 6-to-1 ratio. These numbers tell us that our continuous efforts to enhance learning experiences are being recognized and appreciated. This aspiration is directly reflected in the strategic goals the school board and I have committed for the coming year. We are deeply focused on these key areas. We will create and sustain a safe, equitable, and nurturing environment. And this goal is about ensuring every student feels safe, supported, and a true sense of belonging. It includes everything from growing our mental health partnerships to expanding our academic and behavioral support systems. We will promote and encourage students' personal learning experiences and aspirations. This is where we innovate in the classroom. This year, we're launching our immersion program, implementing recommendations from the Advanced Learner Review, and expanding opportunities like flexible scheduling to truly personalize each student's path to success. We will ensure our organization continuously transforms to fulfill our mission. This speaks directly to our up our game mentality. To fulfill our mission, we must continually improve, and this includes expanding our professional learning communities and ensuring system-wide consistency in the supports we provide. We will establish healthy and vital engagement with our entire community. This goal is about strengthening our connections with families, residents, and local partners. Enhancing our communications efforts, expanding volunteer opportunities, and deepening student voice are essential to building the strong, collaborative community that defines our district. And finally, and this is more specifically directed towards district leaders, we need to maintain strong fiscal management and finish up our district facilities plan. So I shared with your building leadership teams a couple of weeks ago, and we all know this, student achievement matters. Many things matter, but student achievement matters. And as I stated earlier, our parents and our broader community have high levels of trust in us. So how do we grow that support even further? We will work with our community to determine what matters most to them, and then find clear, meaningful ways to measure our progress. This transparency will be vital for future conversations. Our collective work in demonstrating our impact may very well be the foundation for securing the long-term financial resources we need as the decades-long trend of state and federal underfunding of public education continues. It's important to note that the survey also confirmed our community's belief in the value they receive from their investment in public schools. 89% of residents and 92% of parents agreed that we provide a good value. Again, this strong foundation of trust, built by our collective effort and affirmed by the survey, will be paramount in successfully navigating these conversations and securing the resources needed for our students' continued success. As we elevate excellence, our focus will sharpen on what truly matters to our community. We're going to engage with our families, our residents, our partners to understand their aspirations for our students and our schools. And this commitment is captured in our goal to establish healthy and vital engagement with our entire community by utilizing tools like Parent Square, expanding volunteer opportunities, and deepening student voice in our journey. This engagement builds on a strong foundation of trust directly linked to your incredible work. The survey revealed remarkably high approval for teachers and instructional staff, with 88% of residents and 91% of parents expressing favorable opinions. In fact, excellent teachers was the highest favorable response at 95% from both residents and parents. Did you hear that? Excellent teachers was the highest favorable response at 95%. That's incredible. This is a powerful endorsement of your commitment to student success and the lasting impact you make. Parents overwhelmingly feel welcomed and accepted at their child's school, and they recognize your genuine care and dedication. And then we're going to find ways to measure those things. This isn't just about traditional metrics, it's about demonstrating our impact in meaningful, transparent ways. We will calibrate our expectations and further develop our collective capacity in the intelligent use of data. By clearly articulating our goals and transparently measuring our progress on what our community values most, we will strengthen that trust, inspire our community, and become an even stronger school system. We know that public education today faces complexities. Despite these challenges, White Bear Lake Area Schools is incredibly well positioned. We are not just transforming, we are continuing our journey to become a truly world-class education system, one that serves every student with excellence and compassion. And I want to share some highlights with you from this last year. Elementary school, our 5th grade cohort, so that was the group of students that began kindergarten during the most disrupted year of the pandemic. I remember that well because I had a kindergartner that year. So our 5th grade cohort had preliminary MCA reading scores that increased nearly 20% since 3rd grade and scored 5% higher than last year's 5th grade class. So pretty incredible effort on your part. So 4th grade preliminary MCA reading scores rose by more than 5% compared to their 3rd grade scores, moving in the right direction there. Our 3rd graders experienced improved fast bridge proficiency rates, increasing their A reading proficiency by 7% and A math proficiency by 3% compared to last year. Second grade A reading scores demonstrated a 9% reduction in students scoring in the high-risk category. First grade early reading data showed 63.5% of students at low risk. That's the highest percentage since 2019-2020. Kindergarten early reading composite scores held steady at about 72% low risk, maintaining last year's gains, despite that year's cohort entering with lower readiness compared to the prior year. Lower readiness by about 10%, so we made incredible gains last year in kindergarten. Overall, K1 fast early reading composite scores showed 67.4% of students at low risk, a strong increase from 51.4% in the spring of 2022. So all great signs at the elementary level that we're moving in the right direction. Middle school, 8th grade preliminary MCA math scores increased by nearly 10% compared to their scores in 7th grade. It's a very healthy jump. We saw a 3% increase over last year in fast bridge A reading literacy proficiency amongst our 7th graders. Our 6th grade English learner students achieved MCA math proficiency rate that was more than double the statewide average for English language learners. I'm also pleased to share a highlight that covers grades 3 through 8. Although the specific data is embargoed for a few more days, We continue to outpace the statewide MCA averages in both math and reading. At the high school, White Bear Lake Area High School continues to expand access to advanced placement, college in the schools, and Project Lead the Way. The class of 2025 earned hundreds of college credits while still in high school. And this year alone, more than 200 students earned industry-recognized certifications in high-demand fields such as construction, nursing, automotive, healthcare, and family and consumer science. In the class of 2024's graduation rates significantly exceeded state averages in every category, with many student groups outperforming the state by double digits. And early indicators show that this June's graduating class will surpass even last year's impressive results. So, not all of our data are where we want them to be. And your building leadership teams have dug into your school-specific data to develop building goals. We're finding areas that we should celebrate while also acknowledging we must improve in other areas. And this is how we continue to improve and continue to build confidence in our schools. Each of you can do the same as you consider your role in the district. We can all take steps to up our game even further. And our students are depending on us to do that. This next year is about collective ownership of our future. It's about each of us embracing continuous improvement, engaging with purpose, and demonstrating the profound difference we make every single day. Your expertise, your unwavering dedication, and your belief in every single student are the driving forces behind our success and the very essence of elevating excellence. So thank you for being the heart of White Bear Lake Area Schools. Thank you for your commitment to our shared vision and for building the trust that defines us. Let's make this year one where we not only measure our impact, but truly solidify the foundation for our future. Let's elevate excellence together. So thank you for being part of White Bear, and go Bears.
Thank you, Dr. K, for your inspiring remarks this morning and for helping us start the school year out as we continue to elevate excellence built on the foundation of trust we have built with our students, families, and community members. As we get set up for the school song, I'd like to provide a reminder that at the end of the school song, please remember to stay standing and follow my lead as we record a collective Go Bears video from the field. Now, please stand for the White Bear Lake Area High School school song as performed by the White Bear Lake Area High School Band. Feel free to sing along. The lyrics are found on your program. Great job, Bears. Now, as promised, the time has come for us to look toward the camera at the center of the field and record our mightiest Go Bears. So look at Tia and her camera. Let's hear it, crew. On the count of three, say it with me. 1, 2, 3. Go Bears! All right, that was terrific. But do you think we can outdo ourselves? Let's do 1 second take. Really put your heart into it. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Go Bears! That was amazing. Thank you all for attending today's opening convocation event, and a special thanks to all those who made today's event possible. As a reminder, for those who are still looking for bearwear and a special staff sale, remember to check out the Roar store located in the high school. They will be open today until 1 p.m. and again tomorrow from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Enjoy the start to the 2025-26 school year and have a terrific year.